Yay! We have Ian back in the studio with us today. Hello, Ian.
Hey, welcome.
Hey.
I mean, I'm welcoming you to your own studio. That was real dumb. Hi.
Hi. How is it going? I have no idea. I have no idea what to say at this point. I feel like you've just been here so long that it's just kind of like, all right, you're still here.
Pretty much.
He's still here.
I am still here. Still here. Just like, go home, Ian. Go home.
You're lucky he brushed his hair for you.
I did. I ran downstairs, ran a comb through it because we were testing cameras, and my image came up here on my phone, and I was just like, oh, no.
I think that was great, though. I think that was great. Like, we both kind of had like that last moment where we're like, oh, we probably should brush our hair. Yeah. I did wash mine today, but I did nothing else with it. Yeah. So there's that. Hey, friends, happy Friday. I hope you are having a fabulous Veterans Day observed, and then Veterans Day tomorrow, or Veterans Day weekend. Thank you to those of you that have served or are serving or love someone who served or served someone who served, whatever the case may be. So happy Veterans Day.
Oh, I forgot that that's tomorrow.
It is tomorrow. Is that changing your plans a little bit?
No, I just realized as you said that out loud, I was like, oh, and I'm going to be in DC tomorrow.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
There may be a lot of people.
People are going to ask. You just said you're going to be in DC tomorrow.
I am.
Do you want to share what you're planning to do?
Yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to go check out the Smithsonian's. I've been here. This is my third visit now, and I did visit the Smithsonian out by Dulles Airport. In fact, I visited again when I was here in June, and then I visited this trip, and now I'm actually going to go to the Smithsonian's that are on the mall and see them. So I'm going to be, awesome. It's a lot of walking tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of walking. Just got new insoles for my shoes, so things are good.
And no, I am not going. Yeah. I've seen them. I've done them. I'm staying home.
Yeah. So I'm going to be going by myself and checking it out by myself.
Yeah, and I think that's important too, right? Like if you're trying to get a feel for what an area feels like, you don't need to be chaperoned everywhere. You need to figure it out on your own.
Yep,
so
exactly.
That's what he's doing.
I'm going to be taking the metro. I even have a Metro card now on my Apple. I was about to say Apple phone. Wow, on my phone. It's been a Friday. It has been a Friday, and I've just been discombobulated today.
That's so funny. It has been a Friday, right?
Yeah.
So
you've been off work though. I had to work today, so I have been working, and Becca has been off and enjoying her time, which is amazing. But I definitely was a little jealous because I literally sat at my computer staring at the screen for a moment, looking at it going, just like blank face, not even realizing what I needed to be doing in that moment. And then I was like, right, I got to do the things, and I got to do we're doing annual reviews, and I am sitting there like thinking what I needed to put in it, and I like just stared blankly at the screen for a moment, just kind of zoned out. I'm like, oh right, gotta type stuff about myself.
Type stuff and things.
Do the things.
Get it done.
Yep.
Yeah. So
yep.
for those of you that are new, first of all, I saw somebody join the membership. I think that was Katrina. Was that
No,
right?
it was.
I don't remember who it was.
I'm going up. It is Jill Chaplin.
Jill, thank you so much for joining my
Chapel. Sorry.
Okay.
Chapel.
Sorry, I saw that pop up right before I went live, and I wanted to make sure that I said thank you for joining my YouTube channel membership. I really appreciate it. Those channel memberships are just like a recurring donation. They get you access to special emojis and badges, and your name pops out in the chat. So I see your name more frequently. So that's one way of making sure that I see what's coming through the chat. But also occasionally, I do live streams with just the members. Haven't done any in a while, or I sometimes extend the invite for Zoom that I'm doing with my VIP members sometimes in there, but you don't get all of the benefits of my VIP membership yet. So thank you for doing that. I appreciate that.
Katrina, see, what is wrong with me today? Katrina said, Ian, your hair is getting really curly. It is the humidity up here that is causing part of it, and I haven't cut it for at least, I think it's been like 2 months that I haven't cut it. I have an appointment next Friday to get it done. I'm getting a haircut, I'm getting a beard trim and shave and shape and all that kind of stuff, which I've never done before, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'm really excited to do that for him. I'm kidding. All right, so what are we doing tonight? Well, you know, I've been looking back at the live streams that I've been doing, and I got to tell you, the jelly roll race that I did with my mom was really popular. You guys loved that. And so I can't do it every Friday. Definitely not going to do it tonight, but I want to start bringing more start to finish projects on the live stream instead of just doing blocks or little pieces of the puzzle. And I want them to be beginner friendly and easy enough that anybody could follow along. So tonight I have decided we're going to do something. Now, before we get into what it is we're doing, I got to give you the backstory. A couple of years ago, I said, I think we should do a creator charm pack challenge. I want to get a bunch of creators on a Zoom call that I live stream. I want everybody to bring 2 yards of fabric and 1 charm pack and make something with it. I don't care what you make, but I want everybody to make something with that charm pack and the 2 yards of fabric. And everybody came. And Ian did go online and he did buy what was labeled a charm pack.
It was labeled charm pack.
It indeed was labeled charm pack. However, it was not a charm pack. It was a layer cake.
Yep.
So Ian cheated.
I did not cheat. I did not cheat. I just didn't know enough and ordered what I thought said a charm pack. It literally said charm pack on the order. So I was like, well, cool, I'm good. And then it was a super charm pack is what it was.
So your layer cake charm that we internally, he calls it the Daydreamer the butterfly effect. That's the official quilt name.
Yep.
But behind closed doors, we call it the charm not charm quilt
Yep.
because it was supposed to be a charm pack, but then it wasn't.
Yep.
So there was that. So we decided, why not do another charm pack challenge? So I told Ian to grab a charm pack from my shelves and whatever fabric he wanted to go with it. And I did the same. And we're going to both make something with a charm pack. But here's the twist this time. I did throw one in. Whatever we do has to feature a 4-patch block, which is super easy to do. And so that's what we're going to do tonight. Yep. I already know the blocks that I'm going to make and the materials that I'm working with. And since I have them right here, I'll show you. I'm going to make these little ornament blocks. This is something that I drew up on my own. I figured out how to do on my own, and I'm going to show you how to make this block. But I'm going to take an entire charm pack to make a lot of these, and I'm going to put them into a quilt. So I'll show you all of my materials in just a moment, but this is what I am making. And if you want to do these too, or you want to do what Ian's doing, whatever, just go grab a charm pack and some coordinating yardage. A yard or 2 should be fine.
Yep.
Ian, what are you doing? What are you working with?
Apparently, my iPad, I apparently had this window open and it just started talking to us out of nowhere, like in the middle, like, anyways, it was weird. It was weird. I'm going to be using the Beyond Bella,
so
Beyond Bella, which way? It is Beyond Bella, and it's the rainbow.
He loves that rainbow.
And then, yes, always. And then I'm going to match it up with some rainbow
So pretty.
sprinkles, because I think these match really well together.
They
I don't
do.
know what I'm doing here. There we go. That is maybe better. So, yeah, so that's what I'm going to be using today. I'm going to be using the 4-patch. I don't know. I'm just going to let it go and see what happens.
Yep. And I think we might find that our 4-patches might be made differently. Like he's literally winging it. I'm winging it.
Yep.
Well, I'm not winging it because I did test my block.
Yep.
So this is what I'm going to be working with. I will show you the fabric that I pulled. I had this charm pack of Merry Little Christmas from Bonnie and Camille. This was their Christmas line last year. A friend of mine, Karen, absolutely loves Bonnie and Camille, and she loved this Christmas line too. And I just could not justify spending the money on a fat quarter bundle for a Christmas line because I love Christmas, but I don't want to make all the things out of the Christmas fabric. I do love the Bonnie and Camille colors, the aquas and the reds and the grays and all those things. So I liked this one because it was Christmas without being traditional Christmas. It was really more my colors. So I grabbed this, and if you don't know anything about Bonnie and Camille, they designed their fabric with the same color palette. So these are going to work really well together. This is not from this line, but you can see they're going to work together. So I grabbed this, and then I grabbed a little bit more fabric. I knew I wanted to make these ornament blocks, so I needed a gray to be the topper. So I grabbed some of the gray blossom from Riley Blake, and then I grabbed the white tone-on-tone blossom as well to be the background. And I thought that worked out really well because it actually looks like little snowflakes. So I'm really excited about that. That's what I'm working with. And if you want to make the quilt that I'm making, I did put the cutting instructions in the description box down below. So go get your stuff and we'll just start sewing together and chatting.
Sounds good. Mary's like, not a Tula charm pack? Por qué?
Because I didn't have one.
Yeah, she didn't have one. She, literally, Becca was like, what are you doing tonight? Are you going to, hang out with me? Or are you going to run into town? Or like, what's happening? And I was like, I think I'll sew with you tonight. And so she's like, well, choose a charm pack. And I was like, do I need to go grab one? Like, drive up to Fairfax and go to the Quilter Studio in Fairfax, Virginia. You should definitely check out her store. I love her store. It's awesome. It was funny. I went up there because I wanted to see Besties in person. And so I ran up there and grabbed a yardage of Besties. And the lady at the cutting counter, she looked up my account because I do have an account there. I've been there several times now, so I do have an account. And she looked up my name. She's like, do you have an account? I'm like, yep. And she looked up my name. And she's like, oh, yeah, Ian from Texas? What are you doing up here? I was like, I'm visiting some friends, hanging out, enjoying my time up here. And she's like, oh, I'm from Houston. So, like, it kind of surprises me that you are here. And I'm like, yep, here I am.
Here I am.
Here I am.
Here I am. Here I am. So I know Ian's trying to still sort himself and figure out what he wants to do. So I'm going to walk you through how I made these blocks. And I'm going to tell you, I'm using one charm pack for this. You don't have to use a charm pack. You could use a jelly roll. You could use mini charms because of how we're going to assemble this. But because I'm using a charm pack, I'm going to get 2 of the same block out of each pair. And so the first thing that I did was pick 2 5-inch squares out of my charm pack that I wanted to pair up together. The first one I did, I put red and green together because red and green, hello. This time I'm going to do red and aqua because I can do whatever I want. And making these 4 patches is going to be really simple because we're going to take them and put them right side together. We're going to make them kiss each other. I love the sound effects. And then I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and I'm going to sew 1/4 inch on each side of this. Not all the way around, just on the 2 sides. 1/4 inch away from the edges of the fabric.
I'm supposed to cut this at 2.5 if I'm doing the 4.
Are you doing it my way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2.5?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'll explain that in just a moment. Ian is a step ahead of me.
Sorry.
No, you're okay. So now we have our stitching on either side of this, what you should have is something that looks a little bit like a tube, right? And I'm actually going to go for a moment. You'll only hear Ian. We're going to go to the overhead. Sorry, we're going to take you off camera for just a moment.
Okay, bye.
Except I got to turn the camera on.
Oh, oops.
So there's that. So I just want to go to the overhead so I can show you what I'm doing here. I've got my stitching on either side here, and then I'm going to bring in a ruler. And because these are 5-inch squares, I know that the middle point of this is exactly 2.5 inches. So I'm just going to cut this at 2.5 inches, like that. And now I've got these two bad boys. Oh, you're so funny. So funny. It doesn't matter what direction you press. Just make sure that if you're going to press under the blue, both of them are pressed under the blue.
That's what I needed to know. I needed to know which way to press.
Because we want our seams to nest, you can press them open if you would like, but we want to press them both the same way. And I'm going to get an ironing board to do that. Well, it looks like Jackie is spending her birthday with us. Happy birthday, Jackie.
Happy birthday.
Gotta turn my iron back on because it wanted to turn off. Okay. And then we're going to take these units and we're going to put them back together, but we want to make sure that we have opposites, right? We want to make a 4-patch. So you should have the aqua on top of the red and the red on top of the aqua.
What if I don't have red or aqua?
Whatever. You should not have the same colors or the same fabrics, I should say, on top of each other.
Okay, got it.
Because we pressed the fabrics under the same other pieces, we should be creating this opportunity for our seams to nest. That just means they're going to butt up right against each other.
You said butt.
Yeah. Who's the 5th grader? Those seams are going to nest right up against each other, and it's going to allow us to have those really nice points. Hey, Laurelyn, thank you so much for the tip. I appreciate that.
That's so sweet, Laurelyn.
And I will be using that for snacks. Don't you worry. So we're going to put those so that the seams are nested up against one another. And the way we want to make sure that this actually works, we're going to run this little area between our thumb and our forefinger. So I want to make sure that I don't feel a gap between those two seams, but I also don't feel them stacked on top of each other. It should be a nice, even, flat distribution. Then I'm going to take to my sewing machine, I'm going to sew down these two sides and then cut on that 2.5 again, because this is still 5 inches wide. And then bada bing, bada boom, we're going to have 2 4-patches in like literally no time at all. So we'll go back to the collab cam. So we've got Ian here with us.
Oh, I didn't do it right.
Oh yeah, you're too busy worrying. You want Jack?
Yeah, I do.
You need Jack. Laura Lynn's gonna sing the song for you.
She will. She will. Because I should have done it down the sides.
You should have done it down the side.
Parallel.
So when you get to this point, aw, thank you, Katie. I appreciate that. When you get to this point where you have your 2 sets of fabric and you're putting them together, when you sew down the 2 sides, make sure you are not sewing parallel to your seam. You should be going over that seam.
Yep. Yep.
And you'll know as soon as you go to open it if you did it wrong.
That's why I was like, I looked at it, I'm like, this is not right. Laura Lynn, sing your song. Sing your song. Sing the same Ripper song.
Have you chain pieced them into strips before? You could chain piece these, yes. I'm just showing you how to do one. I will probably kick into chain piecing mode after I walk you through the 1 block. I've cut that now.
You're gonna walk down the block?
Jenny from the block. I've now cut that one. I've now cut them apart, and I want to show you, this is directional fabric. I got to tell you, when I was making the sample block, I grabbed one piece that had directional fabric, and I told Ian, I was like, oh no, oh my goodness, this isn't going to work. I want all my directional fabric to go the right way. And he was like, oh, well, you're just going to have to let it go and not worry about it. And I was like, yeah, I'll just let it be scrappy. And I put it together, but because I paired it with a non-directional fabric, I had happy little accident where the directional fabric actually is going in the right direction. So I think what I'm going to do is anytime I have a directional fabric, I'm going to pair it with something that is not truly fully directional, right? Like if I've got houses, I'm not going to put it with a house. That's the only thing I'm really going to worry too much about. And then just make sure I don't have two of the same colors together for my 4-patch so that I have some nice contrast. But I have 2 4-patches here. The directional fabric on both is going in the right direction. Now all I have to do is press them open. We're going to do the next step in just a minute. Are you doing this with me? Or are you doing the same thing? Or are you making different things with your 4-patches?
I'm going to make different things with my 4-patches.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, Lynn. Hello, Martha.
Do I still cut on the 2.5?
Yes.
Okay.
Always cut on the
Always
2.5 because 2.5 is the middle of 5, right? 5 divided by 2 is 2.5.
Yup. Math is hard. Math is hard. And then does it matter which way I press now that I've got my 4-patch?
Not really.
Okay. Let me not leave the iron over here like I did last week on my live, where I almost burned down your studio.
Yeah, we're gonna have words, dude.
Yeah, that was really funny. Everybody's yelling at me on YouTube, and remember, y'all are 30 seconds behind, so people were yelling, "Iron, iron, iron!" So it had been sitting there for a good 30 seconds. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna burn down her studio.
You do, and I have insurance, and it's fine. It's fine. I'll just go through the whole.
Fine.
I just go through the whole process all over again.
It is not fine to burn down somebody's studio. No thanks. No thanks.
No, thank you.
All right. So
Janet says, "Hello, everyone. Just got home from eating dinner. Hello.
Hello. Here's what I made so far.
Oh, I love them. I love that. I do have a fat quarter bundle, I think. Yes, I do, of that fabric line, which is why I let you have the back. So then for my project, I'm going to take these 4-patches one step further. So I'm going to make my 2 ornament blocks, and then I'm just going to kick it into like assembly mode. What I'm going to do is grab 4 for each block, so 8 in all, 1.5-inch squares. And again, I put the measurements and cutting instructions in the description box down below, so you don't even have to leave YouTube to get it.
VR wants to know if you got their email.
Maybe. Possibly. I will check after the live stream. Hello, Jill. She says,
Hi,
new
Jill.
to the stream. Love that.
Welcome, welcome. It's usually not this crazy, but it's because I'm here that things have gotten crazy.
We do call you the off-kilter crafter for a reason.
It's true. It's true.
There we go. So to do my stitch and flip for each of these, I'm going to take those little 1.5-inch squares and I'm going to put them in my 4 corners of my 4-patch, right sides together, of course. Now, if you're not super comfortable with what I'm about to do, that's fine. You can mark it. I'm going to wing it. So I'm going to start off by putting the point of that little 1.5-inch square right at my needle. And then the other point that's down here that you can't really see because I don't have the camera on it, but it's on a line that lines up with my needle. And so I'm just going to make sure that this bottom point that's towards me stays on top of that line as the fabric is being pulled into the machine by the feed dogs. Remember, I'm not pushing this in. I'm not pulling it. I'm letting the machine do the work.
Well, what's the point?
My job is just to supervise and direct. Okay. So I'm going to do that to all 4 corners.
Well, that's weird.
And if you're off a little bit, guess what? It just means that your round ornament is just going to look a little bit different. It's not nesting up with anything else because we're going to put white sashing around all these in the quilt. So don't overthink it. This is totally forgivable.
How did I get...
There's no points to be lost on this. The biggest point you need to worry about is in the 4-patch, and we already took care of that.
I must have cut that one wrong somehow, but whatever.
Let me see.
It's like, I've got like...
Huh. Well, it'll make it up in the seam allowance. It's not that much.
I was just looking at it like, what the heck happened? Who will?
Once I have those 4 corners snowballed, ooh, your table is shaking when you sew.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I'll move the camera.
You can move that quilt that's on the printer. That
Yeah.
might be a better setup for you.
All right, just a second.
When you're ready to move the camera, I'll take you
good.
off so we don't make people sick.
Sounds good. 2 more seconds.
Sure.
Because I definitely did not sew that seam straight at all.
All right. Can you guys hear us okay over the machines? Let us know. I did turn off the thing that removes the sewing machine sound, but I can put it back on if it's hard to hear us. All right, I'm gonna take this and put it directly on my overhead, and they can just watch me make this block while you're getting that set up.
Okay, sounds good.
So now I've got all 4 of my corners sewed on and they're cut off. I will press them out, and now you can see I kind of have like this circle type. It's like, it looks like an ornament bulb to me.
Sorry.
He's having fun over there.
I'm not having fun. I messed it up again.
How'd you mess it up?
I sewed it parallel again.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. So.
Cross over the woods.
Yep.
Cross over the river. Don't go through the woods, Ian.
Yep.
Over the river and through the woods.
To grandmother's house we go. All right. Let's see.
I'm going to go ahead and stitch my corner to corner on the other one while I'm sitting here at the sewing machine, just so that I am assembly line doing all this. Mom is here. She says hello.
Hi, Mom.
Sound is fine. I can hear you fine. Right. Joan says, I sent you an email yesterday. I finally received the giveaway package yesterday. Thank you so much. There were so many items. Thank you again. You're very welcome. I'm glad you got your package. I got to send out those fat quarters from the retreat that people won too. I have not done that. So if you were at my fall retreat a couple weekends ago, has it been 2 weeks already? Oh my goodness. I have not mailed them out, but I will be mailing them out this weekend. So thank you for your patience. They're coming soon. You can blame Ian.
No. Don't think so. I think I've got the camera situated. So
okay.
I think. Let me know how it looks whenever you get it.
Coming back to the side. Okay, let's see. You look good. Oh my God. You are such a nutball.
Yep. That's me. You're welcome, everyone.
Chloe says, so cute, Becca. It reminds me of a beach ball. You could do this with like some red and white. Make a nice beach ball quilt. Yeah. It's all about, that's the thing that's fun about this is, well, not this, but any quilt. You can take the same pattern, and when you just add in different fabrics, it can have a whole different look and feel to it. It's just amazing. Okay, so now that those are done, I am going to give them a press. A pressy press, if you will.
Let's not tear the fabric, please. Thank you. I've totally messed all this up.
Now, I probably will get this question. Did I starch any of this fabric? Nope, I did not.
Which is odd for you, because you normally like starch everything.
I do. I starch stuff until it feels like cardstock.
It's true.
I'm not lying.
It's true. She's not. I have a beautiful strip. Like, it looks really pretty as a strip.
A strip,
well, it's not a four patch.
It's not a four patch. You can't keep cheating on all of the challenges.
I know.
First it was a layer cake. Now it's a strip. Come on.
It's just like nothing is working.
Anyway, where I was going with that is because I did not starch my fabric, I don't want to starch my blocks because that's going to introduce shrinking before I put the blocks together. If I were going to square them up, then I could starch them, press them, and then square them, as long as I did that to all of them. What I am doing, though, to get my seams really nice and flat and get that effect of having the starch, is using that Acorn Easy Press pen. I'm using this in lieu of having starched my fabric before or starching my blocks after.
Let's face it, nobody likes shrinkage.
Oh, gosh. Off kilter crafter over here. This is a family-friendly show, Ian.
It is.
Nobody likes it when their quilt shrinks.
I'm just saying, nobody likes it when their quilt shrinks. Nobody likes shrinkage. Let's be real.
Martha said that's why you ran out of Best Press.
Right.
Mary said, she's not lying, folks. Crisp as lettuce. If anybody would know, it would be Mary. Like when you shake out my quilt top if I've made a quilt top and you go to shake it out, it doesn't sound like fabric. It sounds like, it's got like that boom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, it does.
And I kind of love it. Hey, didn't I have a clapper? Don't. I knew you were going to do that.
I couldn't put down the seam ripper fast enough.
I knew you were going to do that. Oh my gosh, now you're snorting. You're hilarious. Oh.
Clap on, clap off.
Clap on, clap off.
Clap.
The clapper. I don't know where my square clapper went.
You have.
But I do have.
Oh no, that's the big one. Never mind.
Oh, the big 12-inch?
Yeah.
That thing weighs like 50,000 pounds. It's so funny because the guy from Hard Rock Woodworks was like, hey. I asked him, I begged him for a 12-inch clapper. He was like, well, yeah, I'll make one for you. Not a problem. I was like, great, thanks. He's like, can I drop it off? Because this thing's heavy and I don't want to ship it. It would be expensive. I was like, yeah, sure. Because he lives like an hour or so from here. And he was going to be in the area anyway. So I gave him my address. He brings it by. His wife dropped it off, actually. And I lifted that thing. I was like, oh, this thing's heavy. Oops. I break it out very rarely.
Yeah.
Because it is really heavy. So if you're looking for a 12-inch clapper,
don't do it.
Get like something like this, because you don't need, and just clap one seam at a time. Hello, Fallon.
Hey, Fallon.
I am totally having 2 M&Ms. Oh, and it was red and green.
Oh, how funny. Okay, did I do it right now?
Oh, get it away. Stupid footrest. Okay. Now to top off my beach. Oh, you did it. I'm so proud.
I did it right, but I had
to
I have to reassemble them
so
after pulling them apart.
You can listen to directions.
Hey. Hey now.
Hey now. You're a rock star. Get your game, Mom. Go play.
Oh, not the song I was thinking of.
Oh, you singing 16 Candles over there?
Whatever the 80s song is. I don't know the name of the song, but I've heard it all the time. Hey now, no, no.
Yeah.
It's an 80s song, I know that for sure.
Oh, they all know.
They all know.
They all know. Okay, so to make our little topper on top, we need a 1.5 inch tall by 1 3/4 inch wide piece of gray.
Ooh, Sassy's here. Hi, Sassy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, no. That's 2 inches. 1.5 inches tall by 2 inches wide. And then from our background, we need 2 pieces of 1.5 inch tall by 1 3/4 inch wide. And we're just going to make a little chain right here.
There you go. Totally interrupted you. I'm sorry. My bad.
Hey, Sass. Laura Lynn, are you doing a live tomorrow? Want to drop your channel in the chat if you haven't done it already and tell people what you're going to do on the live stream?
What are you going to do on the live stream tomorrow? Don't dream, it's over.
Don't dream it's over. Oh, it's earworm.
Yep,
Thanks.
You're welcome. You are welcome.
There's freedom within. There's freedom without.
These 2 different greens, or are these the same green? I think they're the same green.
That's what she said.
That is.
Is that the same
not
green?
What she
Or are
said.
they 2 different greens? That's what she said.
She said.
She went into the quilt shop and she couldn't figure it out. So that's what she said. Hello, Janine. Mary's singing along. I just realized I have this on top chat and I want to be able to see what everybody's saying. So I need to change mine to live chat. There we go.
There you go.
There we go.
No, we're just
I gotta tell you, Ian.
What?
Almond M&Ms are my absolute favorite.
Yes.
They are so good.
Awesome. I like caramel stuff. Like
I've not had the caramel M&Ms, but I noticed
I like
there's
the
some in
caramel
that
M&Ms,
candy
yeah.
jar.
Yeah. I like those. They're really good.
Caramel's my favorite too.
Caramel is amazing.
So once I have this little strip made, I'm just gonna sew it to the top of my ornament. And if you're working with directional fabric, just make sure your directional fabric is pointed up.
Oh, God. Okay. I thought I lost thread there.
Oh, Ian, you could do this pattern with orange fabric to make pumpkins.
Oh, yeah, you could. Absolutely. And do the
So
little...
I could make ornaments and you can make jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah. Or pumpkins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because jack-o'-lanterns are carved, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could absolutely do that. Why is this not measuring correctly?
Caramel M&Ms are the bomb, JD says.
Yes, they're so
Joydy, sorry. Why is this? I actually have some snack ones up behind. If I get one, will you share a snack one with me?
Sure, absolutely.
I'm going to try them right now.
Do you have the air-soluble pen over there?
Do I have an air-soluble pen?
All 20 of them?
I have all the air-soluble pens.
I want to double-check something because
Okay.
it's not...
Well, sometimes you got to measure from different parts. Are you measuring from the outer edge or the inner edge?
I'm measuring from the outer edge.
Okay. Hello, Tracy from the sewing channel.
Hello.
Who said, ooh, you're making ornaments. Awesome.
Okay, it is right.
I am. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Just using some 4 patches and putting a little gray top on the top. Oh, and snowballing the corners.
Yeah, I could definitely see that as like a pumpkin. So instead of the gray at the top, you could put the green at top and make it the pumpkin. That'd be pretty cute. I have to keep that in mind for the future.
Oh, Tracy said, oh, wait. LOL. You are both in the same room.
We are! We are in the same room. We could do a Chinese fire drill if we wanted to.
Yeah, like,
Okay. All right. Whee!
let's fix his fabric. What are you doing wrong over here, Ian?
Everything. I'm doing everything wrong. What am I pressing over? No, I'm just gonna sit here and not mess anything up.
Well, the first thing your 1/4 inch is wrong on this. And where the hell is your knee bar?
Well, I don't use one because I always end up smashing my knee into the knee bar.
Yeah, because you're like 80 feet tall.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have long appendages.
Mary, thank you for the use of your Juki, FYI.
Yeah, thanks, Mary. Appreciate it. I've been using the Juki. Everybody like my shirt? I love this shirt. I just got this shirt recently and I love it. I love it. And I love that you have the little like, love you in the corner right here. That's so cute.
What are you talking about?
The bag.
Oh.
It's in the very corner of your shot and it just says, love you.
Oh, the little, you want to show them that?
Yeah, sure.
You made that.
I did make this. I showed this on my channel, I think. It's a little zippered pouch that I made using some Tula, and it was all done in the hoop. It was embroidery sewing in the hoop. So it's got like rainbows inside, it's got a zipper, and when you turn off the lights, the little rays of light glow in the dark, so it's pretty cool.
Quicker. Wait,
Cool.
faster than the Madonna song, Ray of Light?
Ray of Light, yeah. So.
Okay, so what
Did you
your
fix-
problem was
Yeah.
is your 1/4 inch on this machine. So for this particular machine,
Yes.
your 1/4 inch is actually right up against the edge of the foot. Literally, like right up against the edge. It took me forever to figure that out.
Okay.
So I moved your magnetic seam guide over so it's butting up
perfect.
against that foot.
Well, thank you so much. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that. I appreciate that. And you did my next set for me. Thank you.
did.
Look at that.
Okay.
So that
let's
they're
try
actually
bottom
correct.
one. It did. Fallon loves your shirt.
Thank you, Fallon.
Tracy says, very nice, Ian.
Thank you.
Okay, let's try these caramel. Is it caramel or is it caramel?
No, it's caramel. Definitely caramel. Caramel is when you want to be rich and fancy.
Oh.
It's like when you go to North Park Mall in Dallas, Texas and wear your pearls and diamond earrings.
Yeah, that's all about.
Then you would have caramel.
Well, I wouldn't even say caramel. I would say caramel or caramel.
Caramel, whatever.
Tracy said, okay, what up with this heart next to my chat that spews hearts every now and again? I have no idea. Joy D says it's caramel.
Caramel.
Okay, so which one of the M&Ms should I eat? The red, orange, yellow, brown, or blue?
Blue. Always blue.
Well, there's 2 blue. Well, it tastes like the outside of an M&M.
Ow.
Mmm. Oh.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It's magical.
Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. Laura Lynn said I should eat the second blue. Well, we'll save those for later and snack on them. And you can have some of these too, because I don't need all of those.
Sweet. Neither do I, so it's perfect. We can share.
Okay. I love the almond ones. I could get into trouble with the caramel ones.
Yeah, the caramel's real good.
Chocolate. Fallon said chocolate. Boo.
Oh, poor Fallon. I'll take your chocolate, Fallon.
Match Point QS says, hey, Becca, just joined. Is there a pattern for this design? Nope.
Not yet.
Do you want one?
Not yet. She literally, and I kid you not, guys, she literally came up with this maybe not an hour before the live. Like, you think that she's all organized? It ain't true. She does everything the last minute. Because I do everything the last minute. we know each other very well because
knows me well.
Yeah, last minute, definitely.
I did put the cutting instructions in the description box down below, but it's hard I don't want to write the full pattern for the full quilt top yet because I don't know how I'm going to put them together. I don't know what my yardage requirements are, but I do know how to make the blocks. And so that's what I'm doing. Yep. So my goal for tonight and maybe the next couple Friday nights is just to kind of figure this pattern out on a live stream, show you what I'm doing. And then I'll take all of those instructions, put them together, and put them into a pattern that I will toss up on my website. Yep. But the pattern is targeted, what I'm thinking is sometime around late November, early December, because I need time to be able to get these together. But I have made 4 of my 80 blocks.
She literally took Zoe to saxophone lessons and worked on this while Zoe was in saxophone lessons.
What? Why are you?
Because I did it again.
So what?
I did it parallel again.
Okay, so let's fix this, right? Before you go too far, let's do what I'm about to do. Let's just make all of your pairs, right? Let's stack them right sides together.
Sounds good.
And then we're going to assembly line sew.
Sounds good.
Because otherwise your brain's going to get all sorts of messed up. So I'm just going to go through the rest of mine.
Sounds like a good idea. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to undo this. I'm going to finish this out because I'm there. And then once I'm just going to assemble line lines from there.
Yes, you are.
Silly. So silly sometimes. Oh my goodness.
And I'm just remembering to follow my instructions of only keeping one directional fabric in my pairs if I can. I'm going to kind of offset them all so they're just setting in here.
I see Bill's name being brought up in chat. Bill, are you here somewhere? Did I miss you?
Pattern forthcoming, I would presume. Yes.
Yep.
Suck the candy part and get the caramel surprise. The peanut butter M&Ms are great too. Heck, they're all yummy.
Yep. Agreed. Agreed.
Hey now. Hey now. Oh my gosh.
Mom and Pop. I almost said mom. I almost called you mom, Laura Lynn. Sorry. Technically you're mom and pop, so I guess it fits. But seam ripper, you're my best friend. Seam ripper, right
that's
to
copyrighted.
the end.
That is copyrighted.
It is. But
you are not allowed.
Let me sing it. She's let me sing it tonight because I'm doing so great tonight.
How long did it take us to assemble Village Green? I feel like about 5 hours.
Yeah, we take a little bit longer because we have to film, or at least I took a little longer because I had to film. You didn't do the full tutorials.
I did not.
Yeah, so it did take me a little longer to get it all, done and everything with with having to film the tutorial, but yeah, it was something close to that. I honestly, it's been a little bit since I've done it, so I don't remember off the top of my head.
Tana's already calling dibs on the quilt.
Fallon says, me and my daughter have made an apple pie today, and it was delicious. You can bring
yum.
that by. You can just bring it on over here.
We'll be here all week.
That'd be great.
Thank you.
We'll take some of that. Okay, thanks. Okay, thanks. Bye. Oh, wow. Christine Wolf said, one year I was visiting my sister in February and she had found cordial M&Ms. I haven't found them since. That sounds so good because I love those cherry cordials.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love those cherry cordials. And so that sounds really, really yummy. Do.
Blue skidoo, we can do. How are you coming with making your pears?
Well, sort of better.
Oh my gosh.
There's another one. There's another one done.
Another one bites the dust. Bump, bump, bump. Another one bites the dust. And another one's gone. And another one's gone. Another one bites the dust.
It's probably me falling out of the chair.
Don't do that,
I
Ian.
will try not to.
Although, you guys, it was hilarious. Was it Fallon we were talking to when that happened, or was it Beth?
Oh, no, it was Fallon. It was Fallon, yeah.
Oh, you guys.
It was definitely Fallon.
I was talking to Fallon on FaceTime, and Ian came over.
Did.
And I had this quilt that I was finishing binding for, and it was kind of like, I had just finished, and it was like draped all over here.
Yep.
And he came over and took a knee and got onto the FaceTime call, and where the three of us are talking, and I went to pick the quilt up, and when I did that at the same exact moment that he decided to stand.
But I felt you tug the quilt, and so I was trying to stand up so that I could get off the quilt and give it to you, or let you take it.
Well, when he did that, he fell because I pushed him over, apparently, by pulling the quilt. So there's
my
that.
leg slid on the carpet, and Fallon probably saw the whole thing. But somebody said, where'd it go? Where's the comment? Crystal says, Ian and Becca, have you had the raspberry M&Ms? I have. Those are good. I do like chocolate and raspberry, but there's like a certain flavor that comes out in it that's a little intense.
I almost choked.
What did you choke on?
Laura said, did you pull the rug out from under Ian?
She kind of did. She kind of did.
I mean,
a little bit.
Truth.
Little bit.
Caroline Mercantile said, thank you for the Queen song. I just saw them in concert 2 nights ago, and I'm still on that concert high.
Very nice. Very nice.
Tracy said that she sucks the cordial out of the chocolate-covered cherries.
That's the way to do it. Sassy says, is it on video of Ian falling out of the chair?
Oh,
why, yes.
We'll help you. We'll help you, Steph. Don't worry. We'll text you later.
Yeah, it's on video. Multiple.
Listen, he owned it.
I did.
He owned it. He fell out of the chair, and then by the time I woke up the next day, there were shorts on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere. He's like, whoa!
Yup. It was at that moment he knew he messed up.
If you guys didn't see it, Tracy did. I'm just gonna toss this out there.
What happened?
Do you know what Tracy released today?
What did Tracy release?
Tracy released a video on how to make a quilted jacket.
Oh, very
without
nice.
using a quilt.
What?
Yeah. So I don't think it's the same technique that we did in the VIP retreat a couple weeks ago, but she has a tutorial out there that just got uploaded today, guys. So if you want to check that out,
amazing.
I'm still thinking about making one for me. So you'll have to go over and check that out. And Tracy, you're a moderator, so you can drop links. If you have the link for that video handy, drop it in the chat.
Drop it in the chat. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
I'm waiting for, no, Ian, stop. Don't sew. Take your hands away from the foot.
It's the right way this time, though.
It was, but you were going to make your pairs because we were going to assembly line.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, but that's fine.
That's fine.
You do you.
Yep.
But when you mess up, I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
Okay. So now that I've got all of my pairs right sides together, I'm just going to assembly line this. And what that means is I'm just going to come here and I'm just going to sew down one side of all of these and then flip them all over and sew down the other side. Now, when I do have a pair that has a directional fabric, make sure the directional fabric is going, the top is going into the machine first. I don't want to, like, I want every chance I can to keep that directional fabric going up and down, so.
Lily said it's not a true visit if Ian doesn't go flying.
Lily's not wrong.
Kind of true at this point.
Lily's not wrong.
Kind of true at this point.
He hasn't fallen down the stairs yet.
Not yet. I've been done better this time.
Yeah. This time.
This time.
This time. We'll see what happens next time. Hello, Tiffany.
Hey, Tiffany. Tiffany has had a full weekend, or not even a weekend. It's not even the weekend starting yet. She had a wedding.
Nancy is asking if that was the same trip where you fell down the stairs.
Yes, it was. In fact, the same trip that I fell down the stairs. It was, because I was not used to Becca's house yet. And
I'm so proud that you know how to navigate a flight of stairs now.
I do know how to navigate a flight of stairs now. This kind of looks like a lemon drops.
Tracy said, you said you went to a quilt coat retreat? I hosted one, actually. So 2 weekends ago, my virtual retreat that was October 26th, 27th, or 28th and 29th.
There you go.
We had one of the members taught us how to convert a sweatshirt, like a crew neck fleece sweatshirt that you get at Walmart, into a quilted jacket. And there are a few folks that finished their jacket and have pictures of them in my Facebook group. And I just did both sides of that one, so I'll set it aside.
Grandma D says, Ian, how did the Halloween quilt turn out?
Yes.
Somehow I missed you finished it. I think you're referring to the My Queen quilt. It came out wonderfully. Love how it turned out and can't wait to get it over to my quilter. It's sitting at my apartment right now, and I can't wait to get it over to my quilter when I get back.
I just did both sides on that one.
Well, now who's being the silly one?
It's not silly. I'm just being extra efficient.
Oh, okay.
These two are eye candy. Laura Lynn told Shelby that we're eye candy.
All right. I'll take that. I'll take that.
Slurpee.
Oh.
Let's make this video perform well too. You guys want to know how you get more Ian videos? Make the video do well. Watch it, and he's like, "Oh, you love me." You know how they had the thing when you were a kid, and they were gonna bring out a character on stage. They're like, you gotta make him love you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Ian.
Yeah. No. No.
You want to see Ian? You gotta make him feel loved. Every clap. I'm teasing. Totally teasing.
Too funny. I did almost die on your live the other night when you were with Donna, hanging out with Donna and the challenge.
Oh yeah, so Ian was sitting in the.
I wasn't sitting in the chair. I was over by the table over here. I was working on pressing some fabric.
Oh.
And Becca was live with Donna, and I'm just hanging out, being quiet, hanging out in the background. And I took a sip of water. And I forgot, I forgot to human for a second. And so the water tried to go down the wrong pipe. And it was like, when you take a drink of water and sometimes you're like, it went down the wrong pipe. No, it wasn't like one of those. It was like a, and I'm sitting over in the corner, like trying to be quiet, but also slightly dying a little bit because it really tried to go down the wrong pipe and it went way down the wrong pipe. And so I'm like, falling out. I got real hot and sweaty. It was fun. It was great.
I think it's hilarious that you're like, I was trying to die quietly to not interrupt your live stream.
Exactly, yeah. I actually had a thought for half a second because I had like choked on it so hard. I'm like, what if I have to interrupt this live so that Becca can give me the Heimlich maneuver? Oh, Yeah, it was kind of that bad. I was like, do I interrupt the live or do I just die and wait for 911 to get in? It was kind of bad. It really kind of was. I was like, oh gosh. But yeah, totally forgot how to human for a second.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Did Becca request you try to die quieter? No, she had no idea. She had no idea what was going on. She was perfectly oblivious. Not her fault. I was being very quiet. I was being very quiet. Not her fault at all. But I was like really trying not to interrupt her live whatsoever. And
Nothing interrupts the live stream.
right?
Nothing.
Die quieter.
Oh, guys, I gotta go call 911 for Ian.
Right. Oh man. Yeah, I tried to drown myself. No, I really didn't try to. I did it quite well.
Actually, no, I took a drink of water. I don't know if it was recently.
Yeah.
I just don't remember when.
Yeah.
And it was in that moment when I took a sip that I knew I had messed up.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it came, I took it, it was in my mouth, and as soon as it was in my mouth, I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
I didn't stop breathing. As soon as it hit my throat, I was like, oh, this isn't going to be good. And it literally all came out.
Yeah.
All of it came out. All the water came out.
Yep.
And I was like, and Jason was like, are you okay? I was like, no, it's okay. I'm just drowning. It's
Yeah.
fine.
I think that's the catchphrase for this trip. Die quieter, please.
Die
Thanks.
quieter.
Die quieter.
Actually, when that happened, I remembered my dad. He used to always tell me, a baby can drown in a drop of water. As soon as that happened, that's the voice that went through my head. I was like,
Yep.
oh, okay,
Yep.
thanks, Dad, for reminding me. And this is how I died. Drinking water.
You know, it's interesting. We talk about choking and stuff. Like, I live alone in my apartment, and I'm always like,
Or as opposed to living alone in a cardboard box.
well, like living with somebody else in my apartment, or like having a partner or something like
It's a
that.
joke.
And anyways, I'm always like, what if I started like choking? How in the heck would I get help? Because I live alone. Am I gonna go knock on my neighbor's door and like I can't say anything other than do like the international choking symbol? And be like, ah! The dangers of living alone, guys.
I used to worry about that when I lived alone,
Yeah.
and then I got a husband.
Yep. You're covered.
That's why I married him. I didn't want to choke on water. Teasing.
All of Ian's injuries interrupt the live streams. Are you going to have the paramedics coming to ask if there was another live stream mishap?
Oh, Loretta says, are you guys getting any of my messages? Because I'm using my phone to send messages and watching you on TV. Yes, we see you, Loretta.
We see you.
We see you, Loretta. Is there something you would like us to answer? We may or may not answer it.
Joydy says, TGIF, you two are the best show in town and the perfect couple.
I feel like we're no, okay, never mind. I was going to be like, are we like the odd couple?
I was thinking that! I was thinking that!
But the odd couple are like completely opposite. And I don't think we are.
No,
And then I was like, well, are we perfect strangers?
No, we're not.
You'd have to be Balky.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd have to be Balky. Balky's the cute, lovable one. That wouldn't be me. I would be the... No, like what would we be if we were like a TV personality?
Rick and Morty. No, I don't know.
I actually have never seen that show.
So one of my coworkers years ago when Rick and Morty came on, he was like, "You need to watch it. You would love it." And so I couldn't stream it, and so I purchased the first season of it, and I started watching it, and I'm like, this is the dumbest show ever. I hate this. It had its funny moments, but I was definitely like, I should not have bought the season.
Yeah, but see, I don't know if I trust your judgment because you also think Elf is the dumb movie.
Oh, that's true. That is true. That is true.
Loretta says, yes, I sent a message about your press pen. Awesome. What do you want to know about the press pen? Laverne and Shirley. Okay, that would, yes. Yeah.
There you go.
Wait, how does that song go? Kavil, Kavlau, Incorporated, doing it our way. Nobody's gonna hold us back now.
Will and Grace.
Will and Grace. I don't know, actually. Well, I mean, there are certain elements of that relationship that would work.
Wrong. That's not wrong at all. Just Jack. Elf. Thank you.
No.
Thank
No.
you.
No.
Thank you. Same.
Mork and Mindy, yes, we know who Mork and Mindy are.
Yes, absolutely. Fallon, I'm glad you agree with me.
Well, on my shopping list now.
Although I do end up using the GIFs of Elf semi-frequently, because there's
and
one,
I enjoy them. Thanks.
There's one that I'm like, I use very frequently. I don't remember which one it is, but it's one of them.
Okay, so Loretta is asking, where did you get it? Because I can't find anyone where I live. So you can buy these from Fat Quarter Shop. If you do exclamation FQS in the chat, you'll get my affiliate link. I'll earn a very small commission. Your price won't change. Fat Quarter Shop does have them in stock. Do you want to know how it works, or was that the only question that you had? Lenny and Squiggy.
What?
LOL, Lenny and Squiggy. Oh, well, sorry, Fallon. She said, I agree. Anything Will Ferrell is a big no for me.
Oh my gosh. Susie says, so Becca and Ian, when I lived off the grid, I broke my right ankle and had to set it myself. Hopping from the greenhouse to the house to the studio, building back to house. Wow. Yikes.
Tracy said we remind her of Roadrunner and Coyote. Wile E. Coyote.
That's funny.
Oh no. Gigi Quilt says, you scared me there for a second. Thought you were going to sew your finger.
Who, me?
I don't know. One of them. Probably me, because they can see my machine and my shot.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I was like, I have all 10 fingers at the moment.
Oh, Frank has learned to abbreviate our names.
Oh.
B and I and so what? Which is also what Bill does. Anytime he talks to us, he's like, B and I.
Yep. Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shmuel. Shmazel.
There it is.
Feather Incorporated.
That's
We're gonna do it. Give us any chance. Well, I can't do it anymore.
I couldn't remember the Shmuel.
Feather Incorporated. Do it our way. You know, there's at least 3 people out there that just turned the stream off because I started singing.
Or they turned it off because I didn't know the words.
All right. I'm going to have another M&M. Ian, please keep your digits intact.
Yes, all 10 of them. I have made myself a little nervous. You can't really see in the shot, but we got the long arm over here, and I've been working on my Margot the Boxer Legit Kits top. I finished the top, and so now I'm starting to quilt it, and because some of those seams there's a whole bunch of bulk there, I'm having to get my fingers a little bit closer than I'm typically comfortable with when working with the long arm. So it's making me a little nervous, but I'm trying to keep a safe distance and keep all 10 digits. My poor quilter, though, she's told me horror stories of putting needles through her fingers, and I'm just like, no thanks, no thanks.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Which, by the way, I'm very happy for my quilter. Make sure to go check out on social media The Very Thoughtful Quilter. She's in Alito, Texas. She has officially closed down her Christmas orders, so she's actually not taking any more quilt orders through Christmas because she's had so many orders come through to get quilts done. So I'm very proud of her for building up her business so much that she's not able to take Christmas quilts this year. Or she's already got all the Christmas quilts she can handle this year.
Oh, good point. Yes, agreed. Here.
What happened?
Boo-boo.
Whoops.
Lady Fair said that's why they invented the stylus. Use it. No, you don't put it in your mustache. You put it next to the needle so that you don't die.
Thankfully, I don't need it on this machine. It's the long arm I need it on. Need it on the long arm.
Ho-ho. I have a wonderful stylus.
Hello?
Look, right here. Here's my stylus.
Daddy says every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
I hate that movie.
I do too.
I hate that movie.
I do too.
His voice annoys me. Oh. The main character.
Susie, now her right ankle only hurts when it's really cold. Well, I'm glad that you were able to set it, because I would not be able to do that. I guarantee you. I would be like, ah! I'm making lap quilts for Christmas for... Did you already read this one? I'm making lap quilts for Christmas for my neighbor, plus my husband said that he would buy me some more fabric. But first I have to get all the fabric used up and have on my shelves. Fair enough. Fair enough. You can't make room for more fabric unless you use the fabric you have.
Donna asked, did you receive your box from Missouri Star yet? And the answer to that is no, actually. So that's one of the things that I had to deal with today. So Fallon has gotten hers, and we were talking about it. And I was like, I still haven't got mine. So I went into Missouri Star today, looked at my orders, and it says that it was delivered by FedEx on October 25th. But then when I go to FedEx website and I put the tracking number in, it says they have no record of that tracking number. And I certainly did not get the box. So I tried calling Missouri Star today at like 4 o'clock Eastern time. They're like, we're closed. Hi, this is Jenny and we're closed. I was like, all right. So I'm going to try to call tomorrow, but I also did send an email. I have not gotten it. I have not.
Maybe Santa got it instead.
Oh.
Maybe they sent it to the North Pole.
Shoo.
Is Mom and Pop still in chat? I don't know. I don't know if Laura Lynn is still here or not. Laura Lynn, are you still in the chat?
Paging Laura Lynn.
Laura Lynn.
Paging Laura Lynn.
Ask for Mr. Gleebles. Ask for Mr. Gleebles.
Huh?
There's a, what is it? Take Off. Take Off was the show. There's a show over in England called Take Off. And it basically like is set in like an airport type setting. And they were paging Gleebles. But it was one of those things that like you say the person doesn't realize what they're saying when they're saying it. And so like the last name said it. I don't even remember what the first name was. But it turns into something not nice.
Gotcha.
I don't remember what it was. Gleebles. I don't remember what it was. But it was like, after she said it, she's like, dang it!
All right. They also had a huge screw up with labels. Some people received 2 when only ordering 1.
Oh.
Wow.
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Gen X Quilter says, I got mine and ripped it all open. Bye, Tracy. See you later. Thanks for coming. Laura Lynn, come on down. You're next the contestant on the Becca and Ian show. I always wanted to be on Price is Right.
So Pam is challenging me
Uh-oh.
to do, once I have my pairs together,
Yes.
to not use the same fabric so that I have 4 different fabrics in a little ornament. So I think I might do that.
All right.
A little bit more scrappy variety. Booska dude, we can do. Nope, I don't want that one together.
So somebody got your box, Becca.
Yeah, probably.
That's probably what happened.
Nope, I don't want those together because I don't want gray and gray.
I got a flag banner thing. going on over here?
Fallon said she would like to go on The Price is Right, but also know I would be terrible at it.
Oh, I would love to go on The Price is Right. It would be amazing. But it's so, they interview every single person that walks through the door. Like, in order to be a contestant, they like give you, and I kid you not, it's like a 15-second interview to see like who would be the best on camera. So you have to like really pep yourself up and be like super like peppy and like, oh my God, ah! I don't know that they would choose me just from like 15 seconds. Maybe if I fell out of a chair or something, that might
Yep.
work.
Heather said it's the holiday weekend. They may be closed or no one's answering the phones. Yep, I'm not worried about it. Like, it's not going to get solved over the weekend. I waited 2 weeks. It is not here.
Not knowing it was supposed to be here.
It is not here.
Oops.
And worst case scenario, I'll just talk to them on Monday. It's fine. They're going to make it right. They're either going to give me credit for the store, which I'll take store credit. Like, that's fine. Or they'll send me a box. It's fine. I'm not going to stress about it. It'll get here when it gets here. And if it doesn't get here at all, then I'll find something else to buy. Right? Right. Hello, Miss Amy. Amy Demmett says, hello.
Hi,
so Becca and Ian, so glad I could make it here for a bit tonight. Hello.
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 Hello. I definitely got on one of my meetings this week, and I was like, hello, and everyone was like, okay, is Mrs. Doubtfire in the house? Is that what's happening? I was like, sorry guys, I don't know where that came from. It just kind of happened. And they're like, oh, it's fine. We love Mrs. Doubtfire. That's our favorite movie. I was like, okay, good.
Pat Strawhouse said, no, Ian, they choose you in 10 seconds. They don't need the full 15.
Oh, my
A woo girl, yes. That's a reference to How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, okay. Didn't he go on Price is Right?
Who?
Barney?
Oh, we don't call him Barney.
Oh, my
His
bad.
name is Neil Patrick Harris.
Well, yes, him,
But yes, on the show, Barney did go because he believed that Bob Barker was his father.
Oh,
That was
I
the
haven't watched
plot
the
line.
show, so
Oh God, that show's hilarious.
I know.
Rewatchable and everything. And by the way, Jen said from the Gen X Quilt Co. said, also, I really wanted to let you know that I love these lives and I look forward to them each week. So thank you for doing them.
She's kind of awesome. I love that she does the lives every week. Oh, you should tell them what I told you before we went live tonight.
Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. Wait, okay, let me set this up and not topple that around.
Yeah, don't
So
do that.
we're sitting here, it's like 10 minutes before 8, maybe 15 minutes, and we're getting all the camera angles set and everything, and I think we're good to go. And Ian picks up his phone and he starts looking at it. No big deal, right? I look around, I do something else. He goes, oh, I'm so stupid.
Yep.
And I said, what? He was like, well, I was just literally sitting here thinking for a couple of minutes, there's somebody I normally watch on Friday nights, and I can't remember who it is.
Yep. I definitely was like, I'm missing, I know somebody goes live on Friday, but who is it? Why can't I find them in my timeline? And then I was like, oh, right, it's Becca, and I'm literally sitting next to her. I felt so dumb. So dumb. I was like, wow, Ian,
that was fun. Ian.
That's a special, at least you know I watch your lives on Fridays when I'm like feeling the need to watch a live because I normally watch one on Friday, and
I appreciate that.
Yep.
It's always good to have friends in the chat with me.
It's wonderful to spend time with you. I always appreciate everyone who spends time on my live, on your live, on everybody's live, just, hanging out.
Lady Fair said, OMG, I'm glad I wasn't drinking when you said that.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt real dumb for a second.
I watched somebody. That's okay. I drove up the driveway. Jason was gone. And your car was there?
Yeah.
And I was like, who's here? Oh.
My rental car is here.
Charlene says, but what is Ian doing with his 4 patches?
Yeah, I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm making 4 patches, but I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Oh, Amy, I've done that so many times. Amy says, yesterday I was looking for my phone while talking to my daughter on said phone. I've literally had the phone at my ear, and I'm like getting ready to walk out the door, and I look, and I'm like looking in the normal spots that I have my phone, and I'm like, where is my phone? Where did I put my phone? And they're like, Ian. I'm like, yeah, oh, yeah, I'm talking to you on my phone. Got it.
I saw a reel that was hilarious. Let's see if I can recreate this. Okay. It was slightly more exaggerated in the reel, but this lady is sitting at her sewing machine surrounded by fabric, and she's sitting there, and she's like, her kid walks by. Ian, look.
Hold on. I don't want to burn my fingers off.
Her kid walks by, and she's like, hey, so-and-so.
Oh.
She's like, I can't find my glasses. Have you seen my glasses? And then she looks down, and they fell, and she goes, oh, ha, 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 and she keeps going. But the joke was there are 5 pair on top of her head.
Yeah. I have seen similar said things.
I thought that was hilarious. Hilarious.
Tricks are for kids. Yep.
Or
Yep.
Ian.
Or me, apparently.
Brenda says, I have literally looked for my phone while it was ringing and tore my house apart and could not find it. Then I realized it was in my pocket.
Oh my gosh. Oops.
Oops, I did it again.
If Heather said, if my phone goes missing, a minion took it. Banana.
I've decided the lion, so you guys know that Donna's challenged people to do this legit lion, and I've got all my fabric starched for it, and I'm gonna start sewing it soon, but I've decided I'm gonna call him Mufasa.
Mm-hmm. Mufasa.
Ooh, do it again.
Mufasa.
Robin says, hello, everyone.
Hello.
I'm just pressing all of these open, and then I'll make some scrap before patches.
Shark bait. Ooh, Did you see that they're coming out with a Inside Out 2?
A what?
The Inside Out movie. They're making a second. They're coming out with a second one.
I thought you said, did you see they're coming out with an Inside Out tomb?
Oh, no.
I was
Inside
like,
Out
what
2.
the heck would that even be?
Oh, stop.
Yep.
Stop. I caught it.
Mm-hmm.
I caught it.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
I caught it like 5-6 stitches in, but I caught it.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You want to show the class what you did?
Nope.
Yep.
Sure don't.
Mm-hmm.
Sure don't.
That's what you get for not listening, Mr. Garland.
I am listening. I'm doing the chain piecing assembly style line thing. I'm doing the things.
Loretta says, I love the old sewing machine on your shelf. It reminds me of one that my mom had. Thank you. That was a Christmas gift from my husband when we moved into this house. It is a 1938 hand crank. And it does work, but I'm not going to use it. It's decoration.
Until the power goes out. What am I going to do in the dark? Oh, I'll sew on this old sewing machine. Oh my gosh. What? Lily says, I found my phone in the freezer once. Happy to know the phone still worked. Judy asks, what are we all making? We're working on 4 patches. Becca is making some ornament style 4 patches, and I'm just making 4 patches because I don't know what I want to do. But I'm making 4 patches, and then I'm going to use this fabric somehow in the creation of the actual quilt. Mufasa.
Ooh, do it again.
Oh, Susie, I know. And Susie says I want to do a legit kits, but I need practice. Dyslexia is not friends with paper piecing. Same. Dyslexia is not fun at all. Trust me. Ask me how I know. I have made some. My dyslexia has gotten me into more trouble sometimes, and I'm just like, oh geez. Thank goodness I have very understanding coworkers.
Oh,
What happened?
Katrina says, I found my mom's underwear and keys in the freezer and I didn't ask. Underwear and keys.
I'm gonna stay quiet. I'm just gonna stay quiet on that one. Mary said, when I was a kid, the big thing was slumber parties, which always involved someone's bra ending up in the freezer before the end of the night. Stop. I stopped myself from doing it the wrong way again.
Kate says, I saw that woman on Instagram. She uses vintage and old quilt stop cycle stuff.
Oh, that's a good idea. Fallon says to practice with the free legit kit block that they have on their website. That's a good idea.
That is a good idea.
One, two, half. 1, 2, half. 1, 2, half. 1, 2, half. 1, 2, half. I mean, that's
Hanging bras from light fixtures.
That's a vibe. That's a vibe.
It's a something.
That's a vibe. We're gonna go with vibe.
Sounds good. Sizzle.
Mufasa.
Ooh, do it again. Look at that. Dog nabbit.
Debbie Dunn says, I was at a revival? I think that's what that is.
Yep.
Once, and the lady sitting next to me started looking around confused. She said, I hear voices. And I'm like, oh boy. Turns out it was my phone reading the Bible. Becca and I were sitting here. I was in the chair back here talking to Becca, and all of a sudden my phone starts playing Michael Jackson out of just complete blue. And I'm like, what the heck? It was weird. I was like, what just happened?
I've had my phone like start playing music in my pocket or in my purse.
Yeah.
And I'm like, would somebody turn off their phone?
Right.
Oh,
It's me.
sorry.
Hi, it's me. I'm the problem, it's me. Gosh, I can't wait to get this trimmed. It's getting way too long. I'm starting to look like,
Shaggy.
yeah. Really? You don't say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say.
Ah. What cartoon character is that? Nah, say nah.
I don't remember.
It's stuck in my head.
We'll get it unstuck.
Oops, okay.
Do you remember Beakman's World?
Who?
Beakman's World?
Not really.
Used
Was
to-
that like from the Muppets?
No, it would come on Saturday mornings, and it was a live action.
Yep,
It
definitely
was a
didn't.
live
Nope.
action, like.
If it was not animated, I was
no.
not watching it.
Yeah, it was not animated.
You were also born almost a whole decade after I was.
Well,
okay?
that's true. That is true.
Like when I was watching cartoons, you was not born.
No, that's true. That is true. Yeah, but it was like it was an educational show. It was like a science education show, and they had a guy dressed up in a rat suit. It was a really funny show back then.
Did it age okay?
Yeah, it did actually. It's still, I mean, it's all still, well, some of the science changed because obviously science changes. So some of the information that we knew back then, it doesn't quite match up with what we know now. But yeah, it aged well. It didn't. it's still silly and whatnot. Anybody else out there remember Beakman's World? Don't let me be the only one that remembers Beakman's World.
Oh, please be the only one.
No,
that remembers
no, please
Beakman's
no.
World.
Please no,
that will
somebody
be
out there know it
hilarious.
too.
Okay, so this is more hassle than perhaps I want to put into this.
What?
Because finding the blocks to put together
Uh-huh.
so that because I pressed the seams to one side, I got to find seams that are going to nest and then also think about fabrics that are going to work well with each other. Oh, this will work.
Oh, yay! Katrina says her kids watch Beakman's World. Gwendolyn says, I remember it, Ian.
The pen that I'm using, the stuff that I'm putting on my fabric is a starch pen. It is the Acorn Easy Press pen. You can get it from Fat Quarter Shop, and I do have an affiliate link that I would love for you to use. Exclamation FQS in the chat will get you that link.
Glad I'm not the only one that remembers Beakman's World. Somebody said, where to go? Somebody said that they're... Shoot, I lost it. Somebody said that their car hijacks their husband's phone calls. Whenever she starts the car in the garage, it'll hijack the husband's
the
phone
Bluetooth
calls.
is within,
Yup.
within range.
I'm always worried when I take my car in to get it serviced, like the oil change and stuff like that. I'm worried that I'm going to be close enough that my Bluetooth will still pick up my phone. Like, please don't start blasting loud, crazy music for these lovely people.
Molly is asking, can you link us to the jacket sewn on a sweatshirt? No, I cannot, because it was done over a Zoom call. There is no video, but I can tell you that Tracy over at the Sewing Channel has a video on how to make a quilted jacket. Exclamation FQS, Loretta. Put the exclamation in front of it.
Joy says, I'm much older than both of you, and I remember the show. I'm so glad somebody remembers it. That makes me very happy. Somebody asked, how old are you, Ian? Nancy wants to know, how old are you, Ian? Well,
25.
Guess how old? Guess how old I am. And if somebody gets it right, I'll tell y'all. You can make guesses. I won't mind. I won't get mad.
I'm going to wait for the numbers to start rolling in.
I know. Next time I look in the chat, I'll be like, 75, 80.
46.
46. 29.
54.
Bingo! It's amazing your husband hasn't texted you and been like, what are y'all doing in there?
Oh, he's doing the same thing in his room. He's playing... Oh, I have my first one where the houses are upside down. And you know what? We're going to leave them because you're only going to know if you look really close.
Yep. Oh, Captain Kangaroo. I do remember. I didn't watch that show, but I do remember it.
Becca said 25, 27, 29, 26, 37, 24, 32, 34, 31.
I will say that somebody has gotten it right.
30. Oh, never mind. I thought we had 37, 31.
Two people have gotten it right.
Do I hear a 38? Do I hear a 39?
Yeah, 2 people have gotten it right.
We're going to start making you older.
Right? I know. It's going to get higher and higher.
Do I hear a 42? Hey, April.
Hey, April, how are you? So 2 people have gotten it right. I'm 37. 37.
When you all watch Tunes, I was outside playing. I didn't have TV. Also, they hadn't made them. Oh, that was great. When you all were outside playing TV, I was outside playing.
We didn't have TV.
We didn't have one. Also, they didn't make them. That was great.
Sometimes I wonder, because you had the television.
Yep.
Came out in black and white.
Yep.
And then you had color televisions.
Yep.
And like
I
movies
remember
like
that.
The Wizard of Oz. Like how amazing that would have been to be an audience and see The Wizard of Oz where everything's black and white or that sepia tone, and then suddenly bam, full color, and everyone's like, whoa.
I remember you were a big deal if you had a TV and it was color.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if you had more than one TV in your house, you were rich.
Yeah. I remember I was in elementary school, and I remember my friend who I went over to his house, like his mom picked us up, because my mom agreed to it. It was fine. She picked us up and took us to their house, and she had the cell phone in her car, and it had that gigantic backpack along with it, and it had the huge cord, and it was like, you have a phone in your car? What? It was like crazy, oh my gosh. And now I look back and I'm like, wow. And here I am in my rental car with maps and music and phone calls and text messages and everything.
All the things.
All the things.
All the things.
Schoolhouse Rock. Yep, I remember that.
The rabbit ears on the TVs. Yup. You were the remote control.
Yep.
If there's nothing on 247, there was nothing on.
Or everybody knows Channel 3. Everybody
Oh yeah, because that's where you
knows.
put the VCR.
Yep. You put the VCR, you put the video game. Everybody knows Channel 3 on the television. And it was funny because I saw a TikTok about it the other day. They were like, what channel did you have, 3 or 4? And I was like, there was an option? Because my TVs were always
4 was
3.
always NBC.
Yeah, yeah. But apparently I don't know where they were or like if they were in another country or whatever, but apparently theirs was Channel 4. And it's like, what? That was definitely Channel 3. Mary says those were called bag phones, Ian. I can see why, because it was a gigantic backpack. Did you know, per my sis, The Wizard of Oz got horrible reviews from movie critics? I did not know that. That's interesting.
Joke's on them.
Right? Now it's like an iconic one. Although I think it's very interesting, all the, like, things that we've learned about the show after the fact, like the Tin Man being poisoned by the paint, the snow was actually asbestos. Like, so many crazy facts have come out about the filming of that movie after the fact.
Hello, first husband of quilting. Wait a minute. First husband of quilting. That's somebody. I know that somebody. I know. Oh, gosh. Okay. I'm going to look really stupid because I don't know who they are, but I've seen that name.
I love when I went to the Sisters Outdoor Quilt Show. I was talking with a lady. She's passing by my quilt, and I was standing there talking about it with somebody else. She's like, oh, you made this quilt? I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, that's so awesome. We don't have she was a guild president or something like that. And she's like, oh, we don't have, we have one male member, but we have a lot of closeted husbands who are making quilts. And I was like, yes, closet quilters.
That
Thought it was hilarious.
Tracy Smith says, I remember a TV channel signing off.
Yes.
They played the national anthem
Yep.
and then go to Poltergeist at midnight.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Fallon's husband.
Oh,
That's right.
okay.
I knew it. I knew it.
I think Fallon's husband is going to hate me when I send over that email that we talked about.
Oh, well.
He's going to be like, what? Anyways, so there's this story, and I don't know if it's 100% true. It sounds true, but I don't know if it is. Apparently, long ago,
And far away.
And far away.
In a galaxy
when
far, far
radio
away.
stations, this was before TV, this is only radio. And this is the time when people would bathe like in their living room. They'd bring the wash tub into the house and wash wherever they could, basically. And radio stations would go off at night. And so this, I think this was like family long ago. She was taking a bath, and all of a sudden she hears, "Good morning!" Somebody had forgotten to turn off the radio the night before. And so she's sitting in there in the living room when the radio comes on, and "Good morning!"
Oh, that's awesome.
Who's here? Can't imagine that. Freak me out.
Agreed. Good night, Heather.
Good night, Heather.
Watching y'all on the laptop, and I have Soya D-Stash on the 65 behind you. Hope you get some good deals.
Get some good fabric.
That would be a fun live stream. Just watching me shop on Soya.
Oh, no, it would not. Your bank account would hate you in the morning.
Yeah, we'll stay over here for a little while.
Yeah. Oops, don't iron the corner.
Don't do it.
Iron the corner.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Nobody puts baby in the corner?
Ian, your camera froze and they didn't see that.
No! Well, I'm glad they didn't, actually, because that was really messy. Did it really freeze? It's showing up over here.
It froze on my end.
Thank goodness y'all didn't see that.
Let me, like, you're stuck over there. We're going to...
Well, then all you heard was...
hide you. And you're still frozen.
Oh, let it go, let it go.
Whatever. You might have to leave and come back in.
All right, give me a second and I'll do that.
That's hilarious.
Can y'all still hear me?
Oh, they can hear you because you're on mine.
Okay.
They're like, it's still frozen. What did we miss? Ian, almost falling.
No, I didn't fall. I didn't almost fall. What happened was I turned in the chair to scoot back over to the sewing machine, and the back of the chair hit the 6-foot table I'm working on, and everything almost went flying off of it because it almost tipped over.
Almost tipped
Oh,
over.
it's Zoe's phone that was making that noise.
Oh, Zoe
I heard,
had a phone in
yeah,
here
Zoe's
doing
phone is
something?
over here, and I was like, I hear Snapchat, but I was thinking it was my phone, but it wasn't. Can you hear me now? Is he okay? Yeah, I'm fine.
All right, let's see if we can get you back. I wonder why it froze. Oh, you're still frozen.
Okay, hold on.
I'm
Oops,
going to
that's not what I
disconnect
wanted.
you. I'm not going to regenerate the link.
Oh,
I just disconnected you.
wow! It tells you straight up. It says you've been kicked from the stream.
Oh!
The word verbiage that it shows here is you've been kicked from the stream.
Well, it's funny because when I disconnect you and bring you back, like, when I click disconnect, it's like, do you need a new link? Like, because it's assuming that you're going to kick somebody from the stream and you don't want them to come back.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. But the link should be the same.
All right, let me get it started up again. Okay.
The black screen of death. Ian, did you almost fall out of the chair
I did not
again?
almost fall out of the chair. I just almost knocked over the table.
All right, let's
Am I
see if
back?
this works. Yeah, you look like you're moving on my end. There you go. You're good. I don't know how long you were frozen for.
I don't know
but
either.
It was
I
fun.
don't know either.
These are all my 4 patches that I've made. And I am trying to make them a little scrappier than the first ones, thanks to the suggestion I got at the beginning of the live stream. So I am doing that. It is taking a little bit more thought because I've got to be considerate of the seams.
The stream? You gotta be considerate of the stream.
Yeah, I gotta be considerate
Apparently,
of the
I was
stream.
frozen for a while because somebody's saying Ian is ironing and ironing and ironing and ironing.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Technology.
No big deal at all.
Well, you could hear him.
I don't know why it freezes like that. That's weird.
It didn't used to.
It wanted to save the public embarrassment that I was going to do to myself moments later. Ian is pressing and pressing and pressing and pressing. I'm not anymore. I should be back, hopefully.
You are. I can see you. Only Ian can get kicked from the stream.
Right?
If he freezes, if you guys can let me know, because I'm paying more attention to the chat on the screen than his video feed. So if you see that he gets stuck in a perpetual loop, that would be great if you'd let me know. Loretta said, replay please, Ian. Try it again.
Oh, no. Let's not. Let's not redo it, thankfully. But yeah, it was the back. Well, you can't see thankfully, you can't see my table really or the chair. But like the chair turned as I went to scoot back over the sewing machine, and the table almost went whee! Whee!
Hello, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Sean has a live stream tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Exclamation Sean, S-E-A-N, in the chat. Will get you a link to his channel if you would like to check it out.
Glad I'm on the East Coast instead of the
check
West
it
Coast
out.
for that.
Wait a minute. Oh, shoot.
What?
Oh, God. Okay.
What?
Sorry.
What?
I think I remember. Sean, I agreed for the two of us to be on Sean's channel.
Oh, yeah.
Did I tell you that date?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's not tomorrow.
No. It is not tomorrow.
It is not tomorrow. I had a mini panic attack because I had forgotten about it. And I don't think I put it on my calendar. And so I was, for a half a second, I was like, oh, it's tomorrow.
No.
I forgot.
No, Sean, correct us if we're wrong, but it's not tomorrow,
I think it's after Thanksgiving.
It's the Thanksgiving one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to have turkey for breakfast and talk to Sean.
You will have turkey for breakfast. I will go get donuts or something.
Ooh, donuts.
You said you wanted turkey for breakfast, so have at it. I will have the donuts. Thank you.
You'll support me in that endeavor.
Right? Yeah.
Good to know.
Although with the way you're going right now, you'll have 2 bites.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Not eating a lot.
Thankfully.
Trying to stay away from the sugar and the sweets and pay more attention to portion control.
Yep.
Well, okay, because somebody's gonna say, "Well, you just had M&Ms earlier."
No.
That's like 5 M&Ms. So
No.
I'm not dieting, I'm not doing Weight Watchers, I'm not doing anything big, so
It's all about...
please don't ask. I'm just paying more attention to portion control, that's all.
Starbucks bacon goody.
Oh yeah,
Gouda
I can't wait.
Sammy's Ian mystery, and yeah, that's true.
Those are my
very
my favies. I love them.
Those are pretty good.
So much.
Oops.
Well, I'm just gonna have to have 2 trees. Oh, this one works out perfectly. How about that?
You got 2 trees.
Yeah. Mary, I think Ian will be gone by the time you come tomorrow, so he does not need any of that. But
thank you, though. It's very sweet of you.
I did tell Mary that if you're back in time and she's still here, maybe we could go out to dinner.
That sounds like fun.
But I don't want you to feel rushed.
No. I don't expect to be...
Although you should be home by 6 o'clock because I get hungry.
Oh, okay, good to know.
I'm teasing.
Good to know.
I don't want you to feel rushed.
I should be, like, I plan on spending a majority of the day out, but I don't think I'll be... It's hard to find your driveway in the dark. It's really hard. It's really hard to find your driveway in the dark. I'm like, I have to turn on my signal like a good mile before we get to it, because I'm like, Because the people behind me, I'm worried, are like, what is this guy doing?
When we first moved here, we moved in November.
Yeah.
And I was my office, well, I could take the Parkway, the 4-lane.
Right.
But either way, we're on a very dark road with no street lights.
Yeah.
So I come back the country roads, and we had daylight savings time, and then it started getting dark earlier, and I get home from work, and it's like dark outside.
Yeah.
And I turned my signal on for like a mile because I'm like, I know my driveway's here somewhere. And then it's not a very wide.
No.
It's a narrow, like, you got to know it's there.
You have to know it's there, or you are going to miss it. And I'm like terrified that
There's no sign. There's no nothing.
No.
There's a tree to look for. There's a tree amongst many other trees.
Yeah. There's a couple of things that I've like spotted. Like as soon as I see X, I'm like, okay, I know it's coming up in very short amount of time. So
when I tell people when they're coming from like where the Harris Teeter is,
right,
I tell them to look for the only spot where the left turn lane goes away.
Right.
Because there's one before my driveway, and there's one about 10 feet away from my driveway, but there's none in front of my driveway. And then coming from the other direction, I tell them to look for the big tree.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense.
Anywho, I was coming home from work one night when we had just moved here. Was going really super slow because I was sure I wasn't going to be able to make the turn. I didn't want to hit a tree, all that stuff, right? I wasn't used to it yet. And this guy behind me honked at me. And I was like, I'm trying to just go home.
I'm trying to find my driveway.
And now I just whip around that thing. I'm like,
well, you've been here,
couple of years.
long enough, that you know where it is. But for somebody who still is like, I don't know.
I had a small SUV when we moved here, and I was so careful. And I've got a full size SUV, and I'm like, let's just go. It's fine. I won't get stuck in the mud. It's fine. All right, all of my 4 patches is made,
Yay!
Which was the goal for this live stream. I wanted to show you how I was going to make the block. And I wanted to get all my 4 patches made. So they're all sewn together, and it's 9:46. How about that?
Hey, that's awesome.
I am going to press them all while we wrap up our live stream tonight, too.
I'm almost ready to cut. I'm almost to the end of my chain, so I'm almost ready to cut all my 4 patches.
Sean said,
apart.
I found you okay, but it was the middle of the day.
Yeah, it's a lot easier during the day. It is so much easier during the day.
Yeah.
First time I did it in the dark, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna get myself into trouble.
You did not, though. You did well.
I did not.
Oh, Brenda's saying something. And I missed what Brenda said. Hi, it's me. I can't even.
Problem, it's Mary. Apparently her boyfriend is gonna go over and see her.
Brenda's telling me to quit drinking soda, or saying that she quit drinking soda. I don't really drink soda. I know you guys occasionally see like a small can here, but what you don't know is that thing's really full.
I was very confused for a second. Fallon said you should nail a barn quilt to the tree, and for a second, my dyslexia or something, I was reading it as you should nail a barn, and I was like, what? Nail a barn?
I like that idea. I should put a barn quilt.
You should do that. Yeah.
Yes.
That'd be really cool.
Check, please.
Sure, make it a whole lot easier for me to get it.
With some reflector, like paint it with reflector tape.
Right, yeah. Well, and you have those reflectors on the street, which is very helpful.
Yep.
But I'm always like, I'm gonna miss it. Because your neighbor also has a few reflectors.
Yeah, I put reflectors in our ground out there, but they've gotten knocked around and stuff with them. So I do want to buy like those bicycle reflectors and nail them to that tree, like boom, 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 like 4 down.
Absolutely.
Maybe that's something we can do before you leave.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea for this weekend.
Yeah.
We could go, maybe Mary and I, because I think she's coming over tomorrow. Maybe we can go to Home Depot and get some bicycle reflectors and just nail them to that big old, I think it's an oak tree or something out there. I don't know.
Yep. Yup.
Pat said, when I came to your house last summer, there was someone right behind me, so I missed your driveway. Had to find a place further along that I could turn around with my trailer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm always worried is like somebody's going to not be paying attention and come up too fast behind me as I'm trying to, make that turn.
Most of the people that drive on this road live in the rural part of the area.
Yeah.
So they're going to expect that to happen.
Yeah.
However, there are a lot of people that use this road as a throughway.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a 3.5 mile long road, so they're using it to get from point A to point B, and they're just going.
Yep. That's why I turn my blinker on for a good half mile before I get here.
Mary said, I'm always up for a road trip to Home Depot. I think we're going to do that. We'll get some reflective tape and stuff. Oh, Fallon, I was actually going to ask you.
What?
She said, I know someone that could make you a barn block.
Oh.
I was actually going to ask you offline. I was like, hey, what about, because I'm not going to make a barn block, but if somebody wanted to make me a barn block to hang up out there, I would totally do it.
Well, and also Mary had a good idea of framing it out with some
Framing out the
tape.
barn block?
Yeah. Frame it out with some reflective tape as well. That would be a good idea. That would be a good idea.
Pat said just to tie a yellow ribbon around it. Get it? Tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Mary Lou Lyon says, I'm really late. What are you guys making? Ourselves crazy?
Yep. Boy.
Are we both making the same pattern? No. So we both took one charm pack and however much yardage we wanted to bring to the table. Ian is working with a charm pack of a Beyond Bella pack, a rainbow color of Beyond Bella, and some yardage for my shelves. And I am working with Merry Little Christmas, which was Bonnie and Camille's Christmas line from last year, and some additional yardage. And we're turning those charm packs into little 4 patches. And then what we do with those 4 patches is going to be different. Yeah. I'm turning mine into little ornament blocks. And if you go back to the beginning of the video, I showed you exactly how I make those blocks. So if you wanted to make one, you could just follow along with those instructions. And there you go.
Bada boom, bada bing. Mm-hmm. Bada bing, bada boom.
I don't know what Ian's doing with his 4 patches yet, and spoiler alert, I don't think he knows either.
I have no idea. I'm literally just making 4 patches, and I'll figure it out later. Ah! I just knocked the pin off. And if anybody is watching my live, where we're doing on Sunday, I have gone ahead and sewn most of the next step together, or the triangle bees. I've mostly put most of the bees together, but I wanted to, I don't want y'all to feel like you're behind, because you're not. I just decided to do a little homework since I had a little bit of time. And so I will be working on the B triangles, and we might even start in on the C triangles.
Fallon says, those ornaments are so dang cute.
Aren't they?
Awesome. I do intend to write this as a pattern, and I want to have it out before the end of, or before December 1. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And don't forget, if you're in my VIP program, you get all of my patterns for free. It's only $5 a month. And I think that's a steal, because when I sell a pattern, I sell it for $5.
And you get access to all of her patterns.
Yeah, you do. And a Zoom call. And a quarterly retreat.
Sewing retreat.
Where we do fun things like make quilt coats. Yolanda says, hey, you guys, you are competing with So Yeah Brothers Night. Well, I'm live every Friday at 8 o'clock. So this is my time slot. This is what I do. If they need to change theirs for whatever reason, I think they're competing with me.
And there's always the replay.
There's always the replay. Don't really, there's no room to be jealous or upset or competitive.
Not on YouTube.
Nope.
Not on YouTube.
However, I am kind of curious about what they're selling.
Who knows?
Do they have some good fabrics over there? My bank account can't afford to shop right now, though. Yeah. I'm on a no-spend November, which is why this came off of my shelves. if I'm being honest. It was a no-spend October, too. Hey, listen, it's fine. Go over to So Yeah, buy some fabric, come back here, and make this project.
There you go. That's it.
There you go.
Get your supplies and
My
then come
replay
back
will
here.
be available. You can't buy fabric on their replay, but you can make the project on mine.
There you go.
So go watch them live and then come back and watch my replay.
There you go. Perfect. Compromise. Woo!
Now, I've had a few people start channels. I think Katie from Greenland Quilter was one of them. And one of the most common questions that they all seem to ask me is, okay, I got to have a schedule. I got to have my live. And everybody that starts a channel seems to be really focused in on making live streams, like right off the bat. And I'm like, okay, they seem to really like them. So that nothing against it. But the first thing that they always say is, when should I go live? How do I find my time slot? I don't want to compete with somebody, da, 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 da. And I have told all of them, and I will repeat it again right here, find a time that works for you, because there's always the replay. You're never going to be able to avoid everybody else's time slot or schedule or what they have happening on their channel.
Absolutely.
So for me, what I personally try to do is I usually keep my lives to Friday nights. I actually don't do a lot of lives any other time. Occasionally I may do one during the week, a Tuesday or Wednesday, if I didn't have time to record and edit my uploaded video. But I just kind of keep it to that. However, if I do decide to go live another time during the week, I really only pay attention to like Ian, Tiffany, Teresa, and Donna, really, because they're, I don't know, like I feel like I want to not step on their toes, but at the same time, I can't consider every single person that has a channel, because then I would never be able to put any content out.
Exactly. Yeah, you would know, there would be no time slot because everybody else, like everyone across YouTube, think about how many people are on YouTube and like, not just even in the sewing, but like in all genres. So there would be like, it's impossible to find a time when everyone is not live or whatever. So do what you're going to do. I did try the Monday time slot for a while. I did a Monday, Maker Mondays is what I called them. And it just didn't quite, that wasn't my time slot, you know. And I tested the live. I went live here on that Sunday for the first time. And it was like, oh, this kind of works. This is kind of a good time slot. So I kept it.
I think you just got to do what works for your schedule and what you're able to put out there. And if it doesn't work for your audience, they do have the replay. It's not as fun as the live, but it is out there. You can catch it. The nice thing about the replay is you can put it on 2x speed to get through it faster. And then I sound like a chipmunk. Somebody put it on 2 times speed while I talk like this.
This sounds like a whole bunch of wild turkeys right now. Boop, 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 boop.
Oh yeah, and Fallon. I've been trying to nod to Fallon too. So like I know she does a live on Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
With her and Matt are doing some live stuff Wednesday night. So I've been trying to not do that either.
Awesome.
Cause she's a good girl. I like her. She's a friend.
She's a friend.
She's a friend.
I don't know how I still mess this up, but I'm sitting over here and I've got like my I'll show everybody. I've got the center of my four patch is not perfectly, and it's like I've got a bigger color on this side. I don't know what happened.
Don't worry about it.
I'm
you can always square them down, right?
I'm going to leave it alone. It's not a big deal. It just is like, what the heck happened?
Ian, are you still going to do a live on Sunday?
Yes, I will be doing a live on Sunday. So we'll be working on Triangle B of the Sew Along. I think the event is already created, so it should be there.
Gwendolyn says, I love your Sunday time, Ian. It's
yay.
So convenient for me, for
good.
sure.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad to hear that.
Fallon said, I don't know, Becca. I heard that Fallon person is a handful. No, I don't think so.
No. No.
I love Fallon. She's great.
She can be kind of demanding, but no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That's a joke, everyone. That is a joke.
Ooh, Laura said, I just ordered Fallon's square ups. Looking forward to working with them.
Yay.
I didn't drink, I didn't drink the Kool-Aid at first until she sent me some, and now I get it.
Were you going to say you didn't drink the alcohol?
I said Kool-Aid, okay?
I heard alcohol first. Didn't drink the alcohol.
Alcohol. I gotta tell you, I love having you in here while I'm doing this.
Yes.
Because, number one, I think we riff well.
We do.
But number two, it's nice to just have somebody to laugh at my jokes or somebody that I can laugh at
a live
and just
audience.
bounce back and forth with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth is asking, Ian, how long will you be visiting Becca?
That is a great question, and that is a secret. Shh.
Until I kick him out.
Yeah, pretty much. Until she's like, go home, Ian, I'm done with you.
Ian, seam allowances could be off.
Yeah, I bet they are. But it's not a big deal. It's handmade. Handmade, that's the important part, right? Until she kicks him out and sends him packing. Absolutely, Mary. Absolutely. I swear she's going to do that to me any day now. And
Any day now.
Get out. I'm done with you. It has been nice being here. I do enjoy my time here, and it's been fun getting to explore Virginia and DC and all of that. So very, very happy to be here.
Do you have any desire to take a trip down to Harrisonburg to the Quilt Museum?
Oh, maybe.
And then do a little shoppy.
And we were also going to go to Aquaquan.
Oh, yeah.
We had said that we were going to stop over in there on a weekday afternoon,
Good night,
evening.
Susie. Yeah. Next week would be a good time to do that.
It is Aquaquan, right?
Yes.
Okay. I got it right. I'm starting to learn things.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm still using the GPS, but I'm also like, oh, I remember this road.
Good.
I know this road. This one goes to the Target.
You're gonna have such a hard time when you go back, because
Yeah,
what is the temperature at home right now?
Let me find out. Let's see.
It's gonna be like a shell shock.
What's the temperature in Dallas, Texas? It is, well, it's 57 right now, so it's a little warmer than here,
Not by much.
but not by much.
Pat Strawhouse said, no, by November? Yes. I am trying to not buy anything. Actually, I've been trying to do that all year, to be honest. I'm trying to not buy something unless it's a special occasion where I'm allowing myself to, it's a special occasion and I'm treating myself, or I need to have it for a project. And for October and November, I'm taking that even further. I'm not buying anything. If I can't make it off what I have behind me, it ain't getting made.
Maybe let's not have the lighter fluid next to the iron. I just found the lighter next to the iron. I was like,
We had a bonfire on Halloween.
Maybe let's not do that.
Take your wool mat to the cleaners. Whose wool mat is dirty? This one's getting recovered soon, but I wouldn't take it to the cleaners.
I'll take you to the cleaners. Wah, wah, wah. All right, I got all of my 4-patch completed.
Yeah, I think actually this weekend I may recover my board.
Cool.
So next week they'll see a different, because the orange is starting to get a little dingy.
So I've got all of them created. Whee! So all my 4-patches created. I have no idea what I'm doing with them.
Wait, that one line from Genie and Aladdin, into an itty bitty living space. I'm pressing the last seam on my last 4-patch.
Yay!
So we are both done at the same time, Ian. Well, you beat me a little bit.
Well,
So I know what I'm doing with my 4 patches.
Yeah, but I don't. I gotta figure out. I'm gonna use this yardage. I've shown this off before, but I'm gonna use this yardage, which I realize this is a Tula Pink. So I am usually.
It is?
It is a Tula Pink. I looked at the salvage.
That's hilarious.
Salvage.
Well, that's hilarious because it was not in the Tula Pink section.
It was not. No, it is a Tula Pink though. I looked at the salvage, and it is from her.
I did.
I did find it. Isn't that funny that I'm always drawn to it? I believe it's from her handmade line, if I remember correctly.
Oh, now I don't want you to use it.
And yep, this is from the handmade.
I wanted to check out Fallon. Where would I look? It keeps coming up Jimmy Fallon. It's a little bit of a difference there, buddy. Here, let me get... I think I have exclamation Fallon in the chat. I'm double checking. That was fine. I never thought of that.
That's hilarious.
Never thought of that. Never thought.
Oops, it sounds like Brenda's cat spilled coffee on her mat.
Ooh, not cool. Oh, take the mat to the cleaners. That's what
Yeah,
she meant.
yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Yep.
I understand.
Because you can't wash wool.
Yeah, I get it. Maybe if you blot it out, can you run? No, because you can't get it wet.
Yeah, not quite the same person. Fallon says, I have a photo with Jimmy Fallon. When did you meet him, Fallon?
Oh, a photo with?
Yeah.
Jimmy Fallon?
Yeah. She says
probably...
she has a photo with Fallon. Jimmy Fallon, that is. Fallon, meet Fallon. Fallon, meet Fallon.
I bet it was like a, hi, my name is Fallon. Your name is Jimmy Fallon. Let's take a picture together.
Right. I took a picture with hashtag, but that's not the same.
Michelle says, does Becca have the book One Charm Pack Quilts? There is a great star in there that would look great with your other fabric, Ian. I think I do have that book. We'll look on my bookshelf later.
Sounds good.
It's already felted wool. Should be able to hand wash it just fine, Amy says. Okay.
I wouldn't know because I haven't washed mine.
I've never washed mine. But I have spilled stuff on mine, and I've just blotted it out really quickly, and it's been okay, but I've not spilled tons. Like, it's just little bits, like a few drops.
Years and years ago, I was in New York City, and I saw him coming out of SNL. How cool is that?
Oh, I've always wanted to go see a recording of SNL.
Yeah, me too.
That's really?
Yeah, I've wanted to be I want to see how they do it, because, like, there's so many sets. There's so many, like, there's so much stuff that they're doing. All in that, and it's from like behind the scenes pictures I've seen, it's a really small space. So I'm like, how in the world are y'all getting all those sets in there?
Oh. Florence says, help! I got a new Juki T2000QI. It worked great. I apparently don't know how to manage the thread cutter, so I've already dug threads out. Now I have good stitches on top, but shag carpeting on the bottom. Okay, so if you have a lot of looseness on the bottom, it's probably because the top is not threaded correctly. I would unthread your machine entirely and start over, and make sure that you have the thread flossed into that tension disc really nicely. Hello, Tracy. She says, hello, everyone. A little late to the show. Katie says, I would love to see Stephen Colbert live. He doesn't do those shows anymore, does he?
Stephen Colbert?
Yeah.
I think he does.
Oh.
Pretty sure he does.
I don't know. We don't have cable. Like, if it's not on YouTube or a streaming service, I don't watch it.
I'm pretty sure.
Did that on purpose. And I'll tell you what, that was the best decision we ever made. Because when we moved to the area, Jason loves to watch TV. I like to quilt. He likes to watch TV. That's what we do. But he's really he really likes watching TV, and that's always been something that he's done. But when we moved here and we were living in Arlington, he would have the news on all the time. And I'm not talking about like Channel 2 at 11 o'clock. I'm talking about like the political news 24/7. It got old. I got so frustrated with that. I hated it. And I'd walk into it got to the point where when I would walk into the front room, if I sat down, he would just change the channel because he knew I was going to ask him to change the channel. I don't want to hear the politics. So when we moved here, I was like, hey, what if we don't get cable? He was like, well, what would we do? I was like, we'll get a streaming service. We'll just do this. And he was like, okay, well, we can try. And it's been 2 years. We haven't had cable. Yeah. And it's been the best thing ever because when we decide we're going to watch something on TV, we're watching intentionally. Like we're picking the show. We're usually binging it, but we binge it a little bit over time. And there's no political news, but there's also I don't know what's going on in the world. Yeah. And I think I'm happier for it.
Tammy says, "Why is your back to us, Ian?" I was pressing my my floor patch. You must be a little behind. But hi, welcome. I'm here. I'm facing the camera now.
Hello. Oh gosh, it's 10 after 10. When
is
did
it
that
already?
happen?
Wow, that was
Holy
fast.
Cow! Oh my gosh,
That's
this live stream just flew by.
It did. I'm also not used to, because shows that I normally watch Central Standard Time, I'm like, why aren't they on? And then I'm like, right. I'm an hour ahead of my Central Standard Time. Yeah. And so I'm like, it's interesting to me because y'all's news comes on at 11 and my news comes on at 10.
Yeah,
so I'm like,
11:10 Central. Yep.
What is happening?
Yep. I think that's funny. Like I guess I figured it. I think it's fun. Oh, I'm dragging you all over the screen.
Whee!
Apparently. Just go for your ride, Ian. I do think one thing is funny, like I've noticed, and this is just me, when you think about someone else, I always think of time in Eastern time.
Sure.
I always do.
Sure.
Because I live in Eastern time. Everybody I know is in Eastern time. And when I'm thinking about someone else, I'm like, oh yeah, they're behind me. And remember this conversation? I asked you, I was like, when you think of time, do you always think of Central Time? And you're like, yeah. And I was like, you don't think of time as Eastern? He's like, no.
Nope, I definitely don't. And I kind of had a little bit of like time zone weirdness because I was Marco Poloing with my friend in Dallas, and I'm Marco Poloing and sending a message. And if you're not familiar with Marco Polo, it's like a video walkie-talkie. You can actually see the other person as they're talking. And I was recording and like the blinds were open. And so it was dark behind me. My friend who is a photographer was out at a shoot and she is standing in a field and it's still sunny. It is still sunny. There was still a good hour's worth of sun left for her. And it just felt weird. Like I'm sitting in darkness and she still has a full sky and sun. And I'm like, this is the part of time zones that's a little weird.
You know, that's so funny. When Zoe was younger, I think I shared this before, but it's absolutely true. I remember growing up in Michigan and there were parts of the summer where I swore it did not get dark until almost 10 o'clock at night. And then when I moved to Virginia and I started doing things on my own and like when I moved down here back in 2005, even in the height of summer, even on those longest days, it was getting dark by 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I was like, I must have been remembering that wrong until fast forward several years, I have my daughter and we're FaceTiming with my sister. It's dark where we are and the sun is just starting to set where she is in Detroit, just outside of Detroit. And my daughter sees that and goes, wait, why is it not dark there? And it clicked. I was like, oh, this is so stupid. But because it's an obvious thing, but the sun does not set at the same time for all of the Eastern time zone. They're on the west side of the time zone.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's definitely a thing. And so like the sun comes up slightly earlier here. Like the sun rising here is slightly earlier than the sun rising that I would have in my time zone in Texas, because Texas is basically dead center in the time zone. So it's interesting to think about, like, even within the time zone, you still have a little bit of a discrepancy in it.
Yep.
So
It's the west and the north, both of them. Amy's right. And then the other part of it is I remember in high school walking to the bus. I think our bus picked us up at like 7:15 or 7:30 or something like that. So I would leave the house at like 7 or 7:10 or whatever it was to walk. It was definitely not 6 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
But it also wasn't like 8 o'clock either.
Right.
And there were times right after that fall back, that time change in the fall, where I was walking to the bus stop at night. Like it was dark. But here, the sun's always up by 7 a.m.
Yeah.
It's always up by 7. And most of the time it's up by like 6.
Yep.
So, yeah, definitely, definitely. Soap and Girl says, I work in DC remote and now I live in Dallas, so I have to think of time as Eastern, but it's so nice getting off at 3:30 Central Time. I miss my house in Arlington though. Aw.
Yeah.
Where in Arlington did you live, Soap and Girl?
And where in Dallas do you live now? Because I can come visit you.
Like, she's got the best of both.
I know, she could have, no, and that's it. Since I've temporarily moved basically to the East Coast, I actually had to change my work laptop to reflect the Eastern time, and I had to tell my coworkers, I was like, hey, by the way, I'm going to be on Eastern time for a little bit.
Yep. And Brenda says, we don't need daylight savings time anymore. I agree.
It needs to go away.
Well, you know, I will say this, though. I feel like daylight savings time, for me, there's no adjustment anymore because all of your clocks automatically adjust, right? What you are adjusting to is like it getting darker or lighter at different times. But I remember it used to mess me up all the time. Oh, I forgot to set my clock back. But now your phone automatically changes, your car automatically changes, everything automatically changes.
I'm gonna get back to my car, and it's gonna be an hour ahead.
Oh, yours not automatic?
No, mine doesn't change automatically. So I'm gonna get back to my car and turn it on for the first time, and be like, no, it's not. Whatever time I end up turning my car on, because it's gonna say an hour ahead still.
Loretta's saying, how far are you away from Ohio? Depends on where in Ohio. She said she is close to the border of West Virginia, about 45 minutes from Parkersburg, West Virginia. I am probably about 3 hours from Morgantown, West Virginia, 3 or 4 hours away from that. My sister lives about a half an hour south of Morgantown, West Virginia, and it's about a 4-hour drive.
Shelly, I'm with you. I want to stay on daylight savings time and never change. Like, just keep it daylight savings time. Leave it there, be done with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Ian, it's 10:15.
It is.
I can't believe, like, I could go for another 2 hours.
I know. I was sitting here like, wow, we could actually keep going.
We could.
But I got to go to DC tomorrow, so.
You're going to go to DC. You got to get a lot of walking done.
Yep.
Mary's going to come over. She and I are going to hang out a bit. So I think we're going to wrap.
Sounds good.
Next week, I'm going to continue working on these. I will probably, if I'm being honest, I might just set them aside and work on snowballing them next week. I'll see. Maybe I'll have it done by next week. Who knows? You never know what's going to happen in this room. I thank you guys all so much for hanging out with me tonight. It was a blast. Ian, thank you for blowing off DC and hanging out with an old quilter.
Absolutely. I enjoy it as always. And like we made this time just flew by. So.
It did. Oh, Soap and Girl says her family house is near Glebe Road. Middle school's in Roslyn. I am now north of Louisville in Texas.
Yeah, I know exactly where that is.
Yep. And I know exactly where Glebe Road is because my first apartment when we moved to Arlington was on Glebe and 395. And then when we moved out of the apartment and bought our house, it was just outside. It was in Shirlington, down the street from Wakefield High School. So,
we should hang out sometime, Soap and Girl.
Yeah, we should not hang out sometime, Soap and Girl, because you don't live in the state.
She's up here. She's got to come back for family.
Remote.
Well, yeah, but she comes back for family and stuff.
We should hang out sometime, Soap and Girl.
See?
Well, but see, hey, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold the phone for just a second.
Well, my phone's up there, so I can't.
So Soap and Girl, like I literally, in my head, Soap and Girl, you are Katie, the Duchess from Royalty Soaps. I'm just saying. Because there's a channel, Royalty Soaps. I love this channel. I love watching Katie make soap. I have no idea why. I don't want to make soap. I don't want to learn how to make soap, but I want to watch Katie make it every single time. And she lives in Texas.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, soap, Texas, you got to be Katie.
Absolutely. Makes perfect sense. Oh my
Anyway.
goodness.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. I will see you live next Friday.
Yep.
Ian will see you live on Sunday.
Yep. I will see you all Sunday.
And that's it. See you Sunday.
Bye, everyone.
To borrow Eamon and Beck's phrase, see you Sunday.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
guys. Oh, Soap and Girl said, I want to meet her. Me too. See you guys later.